last video, I gave a problem at last. Which of the following cannot be the eigenvalues of real a real 3 by 3 matrix? The answer for this problem is D, and I will tell you why this answer is correct. Any real matrix, if you take a 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 or n by n matrices, you can get eigenvalue either real or a complex number. So no problem. If there is a real eigenvalue, for example, if you take B as a B case, all the three answers are real numbers. So this is allowed. So this is allowed. Okay. And if any one of the eigenvalue is complex number, suppose let us take any one of the eigenvalues in the I, then its complex conjugate will also be an eigenvalue. So it occurs as a pair. It occurs as a pair. If alpha is an eigenvalue, if it's a complex number, then alpha star will also be an eigenvalue because we are solving the characteristic equation. The roots will be, the complex roots will be in pairs, conjugate pair. Okay. So in that sense, if 2i is the eigenvalue, then minus 2i is also an eigenvalue. So this is allowed. In the same manner, e power I theta, which is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta, right? I sin theta. So this is also allowed. Okay. Now it's complex conjugate. So I goes as minus I, which is equal to cos theta minus I sin theta, which is also allowed. So this answer is also allowed. Now if you look at the last option, I is present, minus I is not present. So this is not present. So this is not allowed. So the answer for this problem is D. Today we are going to discuss about the types of matrices. So let me tell you what is meant by matrix. A matrix, it's a rectangular arrangement of numbers. It is a rectangular arrangement of numbers. Okay. So the entire thing will be a bit of informations. And for example, if you take a matrix A, so it is denoted by capital letters in English alphabet. So for example, if you take A as a matrix, and its elements are denoted by a small letter A, okay, which has, since it is a rectangular arrangement, it has some row index as well as column index. For example, so if you take a matrix, if I denote this is 2 by 3, so you should read this as not cross 2 by 3. Okay, so you should read it by 3 by 2 by 3. Now there are two rows. The first row is this one. Okay, you call this as row 1, and this is row 2, and this is column 1, and this is column 2, and this is column 3. Okay, now I have to put these elements here. So first row and first column, this is the region. Okay, here I am going to put the first element A with the first row index and the first column index A11. Okay, now this point of intersection of second row, first row and second column, this gives you A row first, column second, and this region here I'm going to put A first row, third column. Similarly, this A21, second row, first column, second row, second column, second row, third column. So this is the index. Okay. So I I'm going to call I is called row index, and J I'm going to call it as column index. Okay, then A ij is matrix elements or elements of a matrix. So if I write A, then the matrix elements are Aij, where I runs from 1, 2, 3 and n, and J run from 1, 2, 3 up to m. So n and m in general, they are not same. So we call it as a rectangular matrices. Okay. We are going to discuss about the types of matrices. Types of matrices. The first one is called row matrix. Now, what is the meaning of row matrix? So, which means I have a matrix A, which has only a one row and n number of columns. Okay, if there is only one row, n number of column, such matrix is known as row matrix. For example, if I have a matrix like this, 1, 2, 3. How many row? Only one row. How many column? This is one column, second column, third column, therefore 3. So one row, 3 columns. So this is called a row matrix. Similarly, if I have A, maybe I'll take alpha and beta, this is one row and 2 columns. So alpha and beta are the elements of the matrix. So this is known as row matrix. The second type is column matrix. A column matrix, for example, I have a matrix A and I write like this, which has m columns and m rows and only one columns. So this is called column matrix. Only one column, m rows. So example, if you can take this as 3 rows, only one column, or you can take A to be alpha beta, where alpha and beta are elements. This is having 2 rows and only one column. So these are all known as column matrix. In physics, you know that a row matrix or row vector, sometimes a matrix also called as a vector. A row vector is denoted by this symbol. In quantum mechanics, you have seen this symbol. This is called bra vector. Okay. And in the column matrix or column vector is denoted by this symbol. This is called Ket vector. Okay. So we will come to this when we discuss quantum mechanics course or linear algebra course. So until that, I use this symbol whenever it required. Okay. It means it is a Ket vector. It is nothing but what? A column matrix or column vector. And if I write this as a bra vector, so then this is known as a row matrix or row vector. This comes like from here, bracket. Okay. So this is ket and this is bra. So bracket. This is a complex conjugate. If they are real numbers, the complex conjugate is same as the original one. If they are complex numbers, they differs by I. That is minus I goes as a minus I, right? So complex conjugate. They differs by complex conjugate. Third one is It's a rectangular matrix. This means the row index and column index are not same. That is, I is not equal to j. So, which means, for example, in geometry, we have a rectangle, right? So, this is called length and this is called breadth, where for rectangle, length is not equal to breadth. In the same manner, the row index and the column index are not same. If the row index and column index are not same, then the matrix is known as rectangular matrix. So, we can write like this. So, for example, two rows, four columns. So we call it as A11, A12, A13, A14. Column index are 4. So A21, row index, second row this is 22, 23, 24. So two rows and four columns. So notice that I is nothing but 2, J is nothing but 4. So I is not equal to J. So this is the rectangular matrix. Example for a rectangular matrix. Now the next one is fourth one, square matrix. This is a special case of the above matrix, rectangular matrix. Since we know that is square is a special case of a rectangle where length is equal to breadth. So L is equal to B, which is equal to A. So they are known as square, right? So square matrix is a special case where I is equal to G. For example, a 2 by 2 square matrix is a 2 by 2 square matrix is there are two rows and two columns and A11, A12, A21, A22. Similarly, a 3 by 3 square matrix denoted by a 3 by 3 square matrix is denoted by A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So this is a 3 by 3 square matrix. That's it. The next one is, suppose if you take a 3 by any matrices, a square matrix. Now let us take a square matrix for simplicity. Now let us take this part. This is called principal diagonal entry. Principal diagonal. Okay. Now this part, this is called upper triangular part. Upper triangular part. And this part is known as lower triangular part. So let us take a simple case for 3 by 3 and we can extend to any n by n matrix. Okay. Now we define another type of matrix that is called maybe this is 5, correct? If all the upper triangular part and lower triangular part, they are known as off diagonal part. So upper triangular part and lower triangular part are known as off diagonal part or off diagonal elements. Okay. If all off diagonal elements are 0, all off diagonal entries or elements are 0, okay, and that means what? Only principal diagonal entries present. So only principal diagonal entries present, such a matrix has a name, they are known as diagonal matrix. They are known as diagonal matrix. Okay. In the previous video, I have given some few properties of diagonal matrix. So in general, I mentioned that in general, the life becomes very simple when you work with diagonal matrix. As soon as the off diagonal entries appears, the complication arises from that. Okay. So if you want to have, if you have a diagonal matrix, the calculation becomes very simple to work with. So the next one is, for example, if you have a diagonal matrix, 2 by 2 diagonal matrix, A110, 0A22. So this is a simple example for a diagonal matrix. And if you want to know more about this, you please watch the previous video. So in the diagonal matrix, suppose you take all the diagonal elements are 1. If all the diagonal entries are 1, that is A11, A22, A33. If all the diagonal entries are 1 and off diagonal entries are 0, off diagonal entries are 0, then such a matrix is known as identity matrix. They are known as identity matrix. So that means, for example, a 2 by 2 identity matrix, it is denoted by I. So 1, 0, 0, 1. So this is 2 by 2 identity matrix. Next one is, if you want to write 3 by 3 identity matrix, let me write down like this. 3 by 3 identity matrix can be written as I3 by 3 is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. So this is 3 by 3 identity matrix. We know that there is something called Kronecker delta. Okay. So we will discuss about this later, but I will give the definition and I will write this in terms of Kronecker delta. So Kronecker delta Ij, which is defined as when I write I is equal to j, whenever I is equal to j, it takes 1. When I is not equal to j, it takes 0. Therefore, the element of identity matrix is nothing but what? Kronecker delta. You can write it in terms of Kronecker delta. So when I put I is equal to j, for example, this matrix 2 by 2 case if you take, so these elements are I11, I12, I21, I22. So I can write this I11 as nothing but what? So this is for any ij. So delta 11, delta 12, delta 21, delta 22. So when I put 1, 1, I is also 1, j is also 1. So I is equal to j, therefore this is 1. So this goes to 1, right? Now when you take 1, 2, I is not equal to j, therefore this is equal to 0. So similarly, delta 2, 1 is also 0, okay? And delta 2, 2 is actually, it is equal to 1 because I is equal to j. Therefore, this is nothing but what? 1, 0, 0, 1. So this is 2 by 2 identity matrix. So the elements of the identity matrix is nothing but Kronecker delta. If all the diagonal entries A11, A22, for example, let us take 3 by 3 case. So they are equal to K and the off diagonal entries are 0, 0, such a matrix is, so this they look like this. So K 0 0 0 K 0 0 0 k, this means I can pull out k 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So this is k times I. So therefore this is where k is a scalar. Where k is a scalar. So this means this matrix A is scalar multiple of identity matrix. This is known as scalar multiple of identity matrix. Okay, so they are known as scalar matrix. They are known as scalar matrix. Okay, so this is the idea. The next one is so upper triangular matrix. Now, what is this upper triangular matrix? Consider this matrix. So we have, for example, if you take 3 by 3, for example, only we have taken 3 by 3, you can extend to n by n. So you have diagonal, principal diagonal part and upper triangular part. So what is this upper triangle matrix? It contains principal diagonal part plus upper triangular part. So for example, a matrix A is upper triangular matrix. It has A11, A12, A13 and 0, A22, A23 and 0, 0, A33. So this is actually an upper triangular matrix. Okay. Now we can also define another one which is called lower triangular matrix. Now this contains principal diagonal entry plus lower triangular part. Okay, so this is lower triangular part. Okay, so this, if you include this matrix, let us take A to be that lower triangular matrix. You call A U be the upper triangle, AL be the lower triangle. So therefore it will be A11, 0, 0, A21, A22, 0, A23, sorry, A31, A31, A32, A33. So this is lower triangular matrix. Okay. The one is about a matrix called transpose of a matrix. This is an operation on the matrix. So this operation, what happened is, if A is a matrix, if you take the transpose, it goes as A transpose. So this means row goes to column and column goes as row. There is an interchange of rows and columns. In terms of elements, if Aij is the element of the matrix A, then its transpose, A transpose is, you have to exchange the row and column elements, A, Ji. So this is the concept. So A is Aij and A transpose is Aji. A row and columns are exchanged. For example, you take a matrix. Let us take a 2 by 2 matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4. You take your first row. You take first row. and make it as a first column. 1, 2. You take the second row and convert as a take and write it as a second column. And this is the transpose of this A. So this resultant matrix is the A transpose. That's it. This is, if, for example, if you have a rectangular matrix, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here it is a 2 by 2 matrix. It goes as a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, 2 by 2 matrix. If it is a 2 by 3 matrix, now whose transpose is this row, you make it as a column 1, 2, 3. The second row you make it as a column, so this will become 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this becomes 3 by 2. So 3 rows, 2 columns. So this is transpose of a matrix. Let's try to understand few things about the matrix A and A transpose, especially about the eigenvalue and its characteristic equation. So let us take matrix A and its transpose. So for simplicity, let us take 3 by 3 general matrix. So A is equal to A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33, and its transpose. So if you take A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Now if you take the transpose trace of this first matrix, you will observe that A11 plus A22, A33. Here also A11, A22, A33. So the trace of the matrix and trace of the transpose of the matrix are same. Okay. So this is one of the property. Now you can calculate the minor, diagonal elements minor. Okay. So this means for this minor you have to take the product of these, that is the determinant of these four elements. Similarly, we have to take minor of this one, center one, which I have discussed in the second video and the first video. You can go through that. Okay, how to calculate the eigenvalues, how to write down the characteristic equation for a given 2 by 2, 3 by 3 matrices. Okay, so you can watch those videos. And so for this minor, I have to take these four elements. Similarly, for this minor, I have to take only these four determinants of these four. So what you observe is, if you calculate the same thing, if you do it for the transpose matrix, so you will get sum over I aii is same as sum over I aii its transpose. Please verify this. Similarly, you can take the determinant of the matrix and which is same as the determinant of the transpose of the matrix. So what it concludes is the characteristic equation for 3 by 3 matrix I am writing. The characteristic equation is same whether it is a A matrix or its transpose matrix. Okay, so it doesn't matter. The characteristic equation is same for these two matrices. Okay, so the determinant is equal to 0. If the characteristic equation is same, then what happens? The eigenvalue, which means A and its A transpose has same eigenvalue. So this is true for any dimension n by n matrix. Not only 3, it is true for any higher dimensions. Let us try to write down the characteristic equations for diagonal matrix and upper and lower triangle matrix. So diagonal matrix. So D is the diagonal matrix, and U is the upper triangle matrix, and L is the lower triangle matrix. Now let us calculate. So for the simplicity, let us take 3 by 3 matrix. So what is AD? AD is A11, A12, sorry, so A11, 0, 0, 0, A22, 0, 0, 0, A33. So similarly, A upper triangle matrix. We take the same diagonal elements and let us take alpha, beta and gamma be the elements of diagonal elements, and let us take a lower triangle matrix to be A11, A22, A33. So alpha, beta, gamma. Okay. Now what is the trace of this matrix? Diagonal matrix is sum of the diagonal elements, which is same as the trace of upper triangle matrix, which is also same as trace of the lower triangle matrix given above. So which is A11, A22, A33. Now what is the determinant of this matrix? The diagonal matrix determinant is the product of the diagonal entries. The same manner, if you take the diagonal upper triangle matrix determinant, it is also same as the product of the diagonal entries. Similarly, the lower triangle matrix, the determinant is the product of the diagonal entries. Therefore, this is nothing but A11, A22, A33. Further, if we calculate the sum of minor of the diagonal entries, so you can easily calculate this, which I have discussed in the previous video. So A diagonal entries II, this is equal to sum over for the upper triangle matrix, sum over lower triangle matrix. So all are same. Since these three properties are same, therefore the characteristic equation, or the you can write characteristic polynomial for the diagonal matrix is same as the characteristic equation for a upper triangle matrix, which is same as characteristic equation for a lower triangle matrix. That's it. So if the characteristic equations are equal, which means eigenvalues are equal. Eigenvalues are equal. That's it. So also notice that the rank for this diagonal matrix is 3. So therefore this is, if A11, A22, A33 are non-zero, so rank is 3 here. Similarly, this for this matrix, A upper matrix also becomes rank 3. A lower triangle also becomes rank 3. Rank is same. Further, what is the meaning of eigenvalue? Eigen means proper. So eigenvalue means proper values. Okay. So this means it is proper value. Proper value. Or there is another name that is called latent roots. Okay. Classify the matrices as two types. If the matrices contains real entries, that is all the elements of the matrices are real, so I call it real entries, then we call the matrix to be real matrices. Okay. Or if the entries are complex numbers, then the matrices are called complex matrices. So let us now consider the first one, real matrices. In that, let us take the first one, that is called symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrices. If a matrix A is given to you, then you take the transpose of this matrix, A transpose. If A is equal to A transpose, such a matrix is known as symmetric matrices. In terms of elements, it can be written as Aij is equal to Aji. This is in terms of elements of the matrices. So if you want to calculate the diagonal entries, if you want to know about the diagonal elements, now put I is equal to J. So which means Ajj is equal to Ajj. That's it. So the transpose of the matrix and the original matrix has the same diagonal term, that four trace is same. So that's the point here. So example for symmetric matrix. The example for symmetric matrix is A is equal to 1, 2, minus 3, 2, 6, 4, minus 3, 4, 7. Now what is the transpose of this matrix? That is 1, 2, minus 3, then 2, 6, then 4, minus 3, 4, 7. The row becomes column, which is same as the original matrix. Therefore, this matrix is a symmetric matrix. Is skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric or anti-symmetric matrix. Okay. Now, suppose A is given to you. You take A transpose. They differ by minus sign. If A is equal to minus A transpose, such a matrix is known as skew symmetric matrix, or another name for that is anti-symmetric matrix. In terms of elements, Aij is equal to minus Aji. That's it. So now if you take the diagonal elements, okay, therefore I should put as J, which means Ajj is equal to minus Ajj. So which means 2Ajj, that is equal to 0, Ajj is equal to 0. Therefore, all diagonal entries are 0. Therefore, all diagonal entries are 0 for a skew symmetric or anti-symmetric matrix. So we have, see, so these things, skew symmetric matrix, symmetric matrix, so these are all square matrices. Okay. So example A is equal to 0 2 3 minus 2 0 minus 4 minus 3 4 0. So this is skew symmetric matrix. If you take A transpose 0 2 3, and then therefore this is minus 2 0 minus 4 minus 3 4 0, and look at this, these two are differed by a minus sign. So A transpose is equal to, if you multiply by minus, you will get A. So this is the answer. Now one more thing you should notice, that is the trace of this matrix, skew symmetric matrix, is 0 always. So the trace of antisymmetric matrix or skew symmetric matrix is always 0. So this is the point you should note. Okay. Therefore, so given any matrix, suppose A is given to you, given. So A is a matrix, if that is given to you, then we can decompose A. Okay, A into symmetric and anti-symmetric or skew symmetric matrix. So we can decompose A into symmetric and anti-symmetric matrix. So let us take a B that is equal to A plus A transpose. If B is this, which means if you take B transpose, so A plus A transpose, the whole transpose, that is equal to A transpose plus A transpose the whole transpose. A transpose the whole transpose is, suppose you take in terms of elements, Aij is A. If A transpose is equal to Aji, A transpose the whole transpose is equal to Aij, which is equal to A itself. Correct? So I'm going to use this concept here. Therefore, A transpose plus A, which is B. So B transpose is equal to B. Then this is called symmetric matrix. This is called symmetric matrix. This similarly, let us take another matrix C, which is equal to A minus A transpose. So which means C transpose is equal to, if you do in the same way, A transpose minus A transpose the whole transpose, this is equal to A transpose minus A. We can pull out minus outside, A minus A transpose, therefore this is equal to C transpose is equal to minus C. This is antisymmetric. So therefore we can decompose A as A plus A transpose plus A minus A transpose, A transpose whole divided by 2. Whole divided by 2. Therefore 1 by 2 A plus A transpose plus 1 by 2 A minus A transpose. Now this part is called symmetric part, and this part is called skew symmetric part. Or anti-symmetric part. So given any matrix A, you can make symmetric and anti-symmetric like this.
Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, please press the like button. If you are interested in receiving information about new videos that are posted, click the subscribe button. If you have any comments or questions about the content discussed in the video, please leave them in the comments section below.